Hi. The wave of AI hype is not slowing down. AI has become a mandate in corporate America, and it's invading everything else. I find myself placing higher value on purely human artistry and craft, and I want to extend that to the tabletop RPG space. So today I want to share two principles for RPGs I'm adopting in case they resonate with you. Now, this one is a really personal topic for me. I lead technology at a global company. So this is where like my worlds collide, hobby on one side and work on the other. So I'll take some time, reflect on the current moment, but I suggest that we need to start becoming intentional about preserving spaces just for human craftsmanship. I'll share two principles and hopefully they resonate with you as well. Hi, I'm John. Welcome to my channel. This is a place I'm usually talking about Shadow Dark and the OSR and TSR era D&D. This might be a little broader today. Thanks for being here, though. Like I said in the intro, I'm a career IT leader. I'm a VP for a multinational company. I've got folks in like Berlin, all over France, and things like that. And as an IT group, like we find ourselves on the front line of this AI wave, either trying to raise usage in the company or test agents and pilot other programs. I'm sure there's a lot of viewers who are also in the IT scene and then also over here in the RPG hobby. And at least in corporate America, like board CEOs, executives are demanding this AI adoption. There is an element of tragedy and madness in what the world's doing. For instance, everyone is incentivizing speed. So governments don't want to regulate this technology. America doesn't want to put in burdens or things that will slow the frontier labs down to lose pace with like China, for instance. The labs themselves are just competing to like leapfrog each other, releasing stronger and stronger models faster and faster. Over in corporate America, every board and executive team believes that they are behind their competitors in terms of adopting AI. And so there's this sort of frantic pace going on inside of companies to drive AI usage and try to figure out how to apply AI effectively to corporate workflows. And I've never seen like this kind of, I don't know, technological arms race in my career. Even if we don't unleash a harmful AI like in the next 5 to 10 years, there is just a lot of incidental damage we can do along the way. So there's a lot of concern, I'd say, with this technology. One piece of it is on the environment. This is a topic I care a lot about. In America, we're not anywhere near where we need to be invested in renewables to support a very AI-centric future. Like we need a more functioning government in order to get there. The technology's certainly out there. And then corporate America itself is just behaving badly. I came in like a couple weeks ago. I do partner with Oracle, and like 3/4 of the account team, were just laid off in the name of AI. I just read this week that apparently Disney has nuked their entire, maybe not the entire, but like a huge amount of their Marvel creative team in the name of AI. So we need to rein in what these companies are doing too. And I'm not an AI doomer. There is a path for this technology to be safer. I do see that compensable work is shifting. There will be like labor disruptions, but companies are still going to need workers. They're still going to need a pipeline of talent. And the one thing we're learning, human judgment still matters a lot. However, with the onslaught of AI in industry, we need to establish boundaries in other areas. And so the question I've been asking myself is, how can I be intentional about preserving spaces where this technology doesn't intrude? So today I want to discuss two broad principles for AI and RPGs. I think they'll resonate with many of you as well. The first is around product development, and our vertical, our hobby niche has spoken loud and clear. Like, we do not want AI in RPG products. It's been a policy on Drive Through RPG to be very transparent about it, try to help people eliminate the AI slop. I'm starting to see conventions like my local convention that I love so much. Page has just announced like a no AI policy as well. When you think about gamers, the characteristics that kind of like make up us, we're intelligent, curious, we've got these literary roots. We tend to be thoughtful and analytical, but above all, creative. We have a reverence for the past. Our group is like really opinionated. If you look at gamers as a whole, this is a fine group to associate with. And it's no wonder that people in our do it yourself vertical are rejecting AI. There's controversy around it representing stolen artwork and unauthorized use of copyright, even if those cases are eventually settled and all the AI companies reach some kind of settlement with large media, human art's being cast by the wayside. So if you want to exist in our vertical in the do-it-yourself space, just don't do AI. Simple as that, because our people have rejected it first and foremost. Now, listen, I know that there's going to be some contrarian person out there that's like, you can't even use a search engine nowadays without getting like AI summarized results, and it's invading Word and Excel and PowerPoint, every art tool imaginable and things like that. Yeah, but you don't have to use that stuff. There is an honor principle at work. Don't use AI generated text or art in the final product. Like, our do it yourself culture is not going to change. And it's something I really appreciate about the fraternity of gamers. The other topic, though, and I want you to indulge me a moment. I love live music, specifically jam bands. And if you're outside of America, this concept doesn't exist. And even if you're in the gamer group, like, this may seem foreign to you. So I'm going to explain what they are real quick and then tie it back to why the tabletop experience is indeed a jam band experience. When you show up to see like Fish or Goose, or whether it was Grateful Dead or Dead and Company most recently, or even your local Dead cover band, every show is a unique piece of art, meaning that the set is unique to that night. Jam bands don't have a set of songs every night. Like, it's unique, and they'll cross stuff out. They'll just add something, right there on stage. The songs themselves, while they're structured, they have all this space to improvise so the song can breathe. Every single time you see a song, you're seeing like a unique interpretation in that moment. And you put all that stuff together, like unique sets, improvised songs, the vibe of the crowd, the band, the venue, and every live experience is this unique moment, like a piece of art that only exists there, a unique human experience. Now, you could say this more broadly about all live music. I just think jam bands kind of push it to the extreme. And AI is not going to touch that experience. So that's the mindset I want to have on the tabletop. Think about it this way. Like, when you sit down to play with your friends, there's I think of it like a performance box, or in this case, a cauldron, and all sorts of things are going to go into it. The prep you did as a referee to actually build the adventure, how you deliver it during the game session, the engagement that the players have, the energy they bring to the table, either role-playing their characters or just engaging with the puzzles and traps. And then above all, especially if you roll in the open, there's the random factor of the dice. And you throw all this stuff like alchemical components into the cauldron, mix it all up. And sometimes what comes out is just this incredible, fantastic game session where people laugh and dramatic things happen. You and your friends remember it, and then you end up talking about that for a long time. That's what I want out of gaming. Those like shared human moments where all those elements come together and we build a really great story together. And ultimately, like that's what keeps me coming back to run games week after week. And that's an intensely human crafted moment with no AI intruding, which leads me to my second principle: no AI on the table, or as Wooher would say, like, stay off my table, robots. You're droids. They need to wait outside, I think is what he says in the movie. So I have a hope that, as AI invades more and more of our life, that we all become more intentional about placing higher value on like live theater, live music, dance, real art by artists, and human performance. And if I may be so bold, yeah, I'm elevating our TTRPG games into that same world as well. And of course, I'm going to go catch dead cover bands at the local dive bar as well for that same kind of experience. Now, there's some nuance, like AI, I think, will even it will attempt to invade our space. Tools will get better, like virtual tabletops, dice rollers, maybe GM rules assistants and things like that. With it invading everything else, I think that's kind of inevitable, but I don't want AI to intrude on that performance space, right? The cauldron or the box where all those elements come together and you create something special for ourselves. And just a quick note about Wizards of the Coast and like kind of what they were talking about doing with robot DMs. Now, I understand that I guess they had come to GaryCon recently, carrying roses, telling everybody, hey, baby, we made a mistake. Would you take us back? And that their leadership seems to be changing a little bit. But if not them, some large studio, they're going to try to create AI game masters of sorts. I just think that whether that's like Baldur's Gate or Skyrim, we already have that to a degree, and that generative AI is just going to push that further along. But ultimately, like that's a video game experience. And so if I want to play a video game, I'll go play a video game. That's not the tabletop experience. It's not what we're doing in our vertical of the hobby. This has been a bit of a soapbox moment for me. I get it. Let me know in the comments your position on AI and the tabletop too. Are you, on the one hand, you're like, I'm going to burn my computer and all software versus, I don't know, some people are like, I can't wait till the ascension of the robot overlords. Because there is a spectrum there. I tend to think more gamers than not are going to be on the no AI side of the table. And who else like works in technology and also is kind of wrestling with like two worlds, who they want to be in the hobby space and then what they're doing in their career. So I've laid out my principles. In the comments, let me know what yours are. Thanks.